spot. I'm feeling good. The sun is shining.
Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and we are here for race number 1 in season number 6 of the NOFSRL Rockstar Pro Series. And we are here today at the World Center of Racing for the traditional opening race of the Pro Series, the Daytona 125K, a 32-lap race around this 2.5-mile speedway in Daytona Beach, Florida. And it is the first points-paying race of the year on Napa Fan, so a lot is at stake here on this Saturday afternoon in Daytona. 24 drivers come to win the first race of the season, but only 10 of them will leave this race with championship points. If you don't know already, the Rockstar Pro Series point system is exact to that of Formula 1. The top 10 drivers receive championship points, with 25 going to the winner, 18 the second, 15 the third, then 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, and 1. And if you finish outside the top 10, get a big goose egg in the points standings. I'm alongside Carter Friesen, who commentated this race with me last year. This year, we got a lot more new faces in the series than we had last year, so a lot of these guys don't have many wins on Napa Fan. It's a huge opportunity for these guys to get their first career win. So what do you say to guys like Adam Garcia, Zachary DeLello, Patrick Zeich, new guys, and some of them in their first career starts? What are they going to do to win this race here today at Daytona?
Well, basically anything can happen. It's a super speedway here. A lot happens at super speedways. A lot of lead changes. So you just have to hope that you're at the right place at the right time to get. If you fall to the back, hope to get back up to the front with somebody else, and hopefully get that win.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this race goes along. Only 24 drivers in the event, so it's pretty easy to move it away from the back to the front, but at the same time, passing isn't as frequent when we only have 24 drivers on the racetrack, but it's a 32-lap race. Pretty lengthy race here today at Daytona. Anything can happen here when you come to the World Center of Racing. It's the first race of the season in the Rockstar Pro Series. None of these guys made it in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series full-time, but this is the championship they will be going for, and it's going to be a very interesting season. The shortest track we go to all season is 1.5 miles, so we got a lot of these big tracks in the Rockstar Pro Series, and a lot of the races are going to have a lot of frequent passing, so it's definitely going to be a wild season, and it all begins right here at Daytona. We have a rookie driver starting on the pole here today in the Daytona 125K, and his name is Adam Garcia, driving the number 98. All of these cars are full-time, so all of them are eligible for the championship. Adam Garcia starts alongside last year's Thanksgiving 500 winner and the last ever NRLOA winner on Napa Fan, Luke Rainey, the number 19, one of the more experienced drivers in the field this season for the Rockstar Pro Series. You're going to want to watch for him this season because he's won an IndyCar championship, so he knows how to get it done on the high level. Row number 2 sees the number 36 of Aiden Shepard, and this car was painted by Caleb Hoffman, by the way, and yes, it is the real Alex LeBay scheme from last season. I just wanted to mention that one more time because Caleb Hoffman paints us some custom schemes over in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series for us, so we're real proud of him for that. Right next to him is a guy who hasn't made a start on Napa Fan in quite some time. Great to see him back. It's Max Newworth. Got 6 career wins in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, so you know this guy's good. He's driving the 01 machine in Season 6 of the Rockstar Pro Series. Row number 3, we got the number 60 of Abe Troxel. He is back after a long hiatus here on Napa Fan. It's been since 2016 for him, but he's looking to get a championship after he barely missed out on the Chick-fil-A Cup Series championship in season number 3 as he was edged out by Cameron Garlington that season at Homestead. Row number 4 is right behind these guys. We didn't mention the number 1 of Eli Bright, who starts in the 6th position. There's row number 4, with the number 20 of Patrick Zeich making his first career Napa Fan start here today. He's alongside Ryan Durrani, who was in the Truck Series last fall. Row number 5, we got the number 12 of Stephen Thompson, and the 51 of Alex Bonsignor, coming back after he faked out retirement, just like Kerr Larvin Alonso. In his words, he pulled a Schumacher. But he's back and looking for his second ever Napa Fan Championship. So the rest of the starting lineup on the side of your screen. And ready to get a race going here on this Saturday afternoon. The Daytona 125K, The first race of the season in the Rockstar Pro Series is green here at Daytona. Lap 1 led by Luke Rainey, got the run in the outside lane and a very good push in an outside lane on the first lap of the race. And like I said, when we have a smaller field here, the passing is a lot less frequent because a lot more guys tend to move up in that outside lane, and if you got 13 cars in the outside lane, it's going to be going faster than the inside, and that's what we're seeing right now with Luke Rainey holding on in the number 19.
Yeah, like you said, Luke Rainey knows how to get it done on the high level, but apparently he knows how to get it done on the high side too. So he was able to take the lead there very early, but now here comes the 36 of Aiden Shepard to the inside.
Shepard is going to lead lap number 2. Aiden Shepard has quite a few starts on Napa Fan, but he's never won a Napa Fan race, so we'll have to see what he can pull off here. We got 4 wide already. You know what that means here at Daytona. We saw it happen twice in the Smooth Fest where it didn't work out too well, and it might not work out well here. That's the 12 of Stephen Thompson to the inside of the 20 of Patrick Zeich. Patrick Zeich in his first career Napa Fan start, and this is what he is given. 4 wide at Daytona. To the point goes Stephen Thompson. The 98 of Adam Garcia is in the middle of all this, and I think Adam Garcia is going to let Patrick Zeich by, and they're going to keep it together on lap 3 of 32 here at Daytona. Great job by those guys avoiding an accident. Here comes Gatlin Downey to the inside of Stephen Thompson as Thompson leads lap number 1, or should I say lap number 3, in the number 12. Downey with the run to the inside will take it away on lap 4.
Yeah, usually this early on in the race, if they go 4 wide, they're usually able to sort it out, but not so much very late in the race. That would probably end up resulting in a caution, but here comes the 23, Justin Knight to the inside, bringing the 4 with him. That's John Gilbert.
And right behind John Gilbert is Cameron Gaju, and the last time Cameron Gaju was in this number 7, he was in victory lane at the Homestead Miami Speedway in the final ever Turkey Hill Series event. So Cameron Gaju knows how to get it done, and he's been on Napa Fan since the beginning. He raced in Season 1 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and he's definitely the most experienced guy in this field, just a little bit ahead of Max North, I'll say that much. And Gaju pushing John Gilbert to the point here on lap number 5. The inside lane has definitely worked in very well. On that first lap, we saw Luke Rainey shoot to the outside and clear for the lead, but since then, it's been the inside every single lap. We've had a different leader in this race, and John Gilbert's going to take it away on lap 5.
Like that inside line now is just pretty much all Chevrolets except for the 61 and the 16. Only 4, so Chevy definitely with the dominating performance here so far, as they have most of their cars in this as a Chevrolet.
Yeah, most of the cars in the series are Chevrolet anyway. Quite the opposite in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. There's only, I think, 6 full-time Chevrolets in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, maybe 7. So, got a lot of Dodges over there, but here, the Chevrolets are strong, and we're going to watch them do a lot of passing here today. The number 0 to the inside, Zachary DeLello. To the inside of Cameron Gaju and John Gilbert. He's got Daniel Voiles right behind him. Voiles has won a few races in the Indy Light Series, and his development driver, Annie Thomas, has done a lot in Napa Fan. She's won here at Daytona twice. She's won a Smooth Fest and a night race at Daytona, so she knows how to get it done in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series when she drove back in 2016. But Voiles is going to make it 4 wide, so I don't know if he knows what he's doing. Will Gaju find a way around John Gilbert? Let's hope so, and hope they can make it back to 3 wide, because 4 wide most of the time results in an accident. And we saw it twice in the Smooth Fest, like I said, and they were both violent accidents. We don't want to see it here this early on in the race in a points-paying event. It looks like Foyles is going to shoot past Cameron Gaju. They'll figure it out again. Great job by these guys keeping it together as Matt Tuck takes the lead on lap 7 of 32.
I thought they were about to go 4 wide there for the lead, and I'm like, oh no, this might not end well. But they were able to sort it out there. Good job by all those drivers there.
Here's Joey Hightower in the number 9. Joey Hightower was in the IndyCar Series last year. He had a pretty decent season in the IndyCar Series as well. Moves over to the Pro Series for 2019, and he's going to take the lead away from Matt Tuck. To the inside of him, it's Johnny Gardner, one of these guys who's got a lot of experience outside of Napa fan. He's going to go 3 wide for the lead, but Matt Tuck on the outside getting a good run there, but he's got a gap between him and Daniel Voiles, which will allow Gardner to take the lead. On lap number 8, Edwin Mendez and Adam Lewis are on the inside right behind him. And here comes Alex Bonsignor. Bonsignor has won twice here at Daytona. He's won an opener in the Turkey Hill Series and an opener in the Napa Truck Series. So he knows how to get it done at the high banks. He's looking for his 3rd career Daytona win on Napa fan.
How about that driver behind the 51 there, Eli Bright? He knows how to get it done here at these super speedway tracks, that's for sure. Maybe not here in Napa fan, but definitely in other leagues. He has won on the super speedways before, and also Eric Monaco right behind him. He's won at a few super speedways in his career as well.
These guys are hoping to finish at least in the top 10 to get championship points. Like I said at the top of the show, only the top 10 finishers receive championship points in every event. And you get 25 of those points for winning the race. Bonsignor leads a lap. There are no bonus points for leading laps in this series. However, there will be bonus points for leading laps in IndyCar and in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series this season for the first time ever. But not here in the Rockstar Pro Series. Everything's just the same here this season. Eli Bright to the point, to the inside of Alex Bonsignor, and I think we've had a different leader every single lap so far. I know I said at the top of the show that passing was going to be difficult, but apparently I was wrong about that. That inside lane is really working well, and usually it's not like that, but if we get a wreck here and only have maybe about 10 guys in contention for the win, that's when you want to be on the outside lane leading the field. Eric Monaco to the inside of Eli Bright, and Monaco's going to take the lead away. Here comes Abe Troxel in the number 60, looking to lead his first laps in over 3 years here on Napa Fan. He's got the run to the inside of Monaco. He's going to take it away on lap 11 of 32 here in the Daytona 125K.
That's a surprise after being gone from racing for that long, or at least over here, and to come back and I think he's not going to be able to lead this lap because the 5 is on his inside. Speaking of the 5, I think every junior motorsports car has been out front at one point today. Maybe not led a lap, but has taken the lead away from someone else.
It's almost safe to say that everyone has been out front at some point in this race, and we're only on lap number 12 here at Daytona. Ryan Durrani with the lap lead there at lap 11. Here comes Max Newirth, Luke Rainey, and Aiden Shepard back to the inside. These guys were leading earlier on in the race, and they have made a full cycle through the field back to the front here at Daytona. Surprised we have not wrecked yet in this race. A very long run here at Daytona without an accident, but then again, we only have 24 drivers in the field, so they're going to be able to keep it clean a little bit easier considering the smaller field. But we had a 20-lap race yesterday in the Melielo Smooth Fest, and we had 2 wrecks and only 23 drivers in that one, so doesn't mean we're going to go 32 laps clean and green here today. Aiden Shepard in the 36 to the inside, pushing Luke Rainey to the lead. Rainey is going to get his second lap lead of the event here in the Daytona 125K. And just as I mentioned, we haven't seen a wreck yet. There's another 4-wide situation, the 3rd time we've seen that here today. Aiden Shepard, Patrick Zeich, now on the inside of these guys, going to put them in a tough situation. It looks like Max Newirth is going to stay right to the rear of the 36. Should I say to the side of the 36? He's right on his door. They're 4 wide and in the wall through the corner. Luke Rainey riding the wall. And I don't think I've ever seen an accident happen that early through the corner, but Justin Knight's involved, Max Newirth, and Luke Rainey upside down in the number 19. Ryan Durrani with heavy damage in the 5. Wasn't too big of an accident, not many guys involved, but a wild ride for Luke Rainey as he got shoved into the outside wall and he rode it through turn number 4. Race back to the line was won by Patrick Zeich in the number 20. And he will most likely lead the field when we get to the restart here at Daytona.
I was about to say, the 19 was the only car to lead a lap for Toyota today. Of their 2 cars in this, I believe only 2 cars. But now the 20 is going to lead a lap as the 19 is probably done for flipping there. You saw the smoke. Yeah, you see the smoke there. What is happening with that? Is that the 01? Yeah.
Max Neuwirth having a tough time getting into his pit stall, but I think he's also going to be done. Luke Rainey as well. Ryan Durrani and the 60 of Abe Troxel, I believe, got knocked out because I see his pit sign down. Like I said, not many guys involved in this accident, but it came as a surprise. This is not a place we traditionally see the accident happen. It usually happens right off at turn 4 once we hit the straightaway. But it happened in the corner, and I don't know if I've ever seen that happen here in Napa Fan before. That's how predictable this track is when it comes to the wrecks. It's usually always off at turn 4 and not in turn 4. It's actually in turn 3 when it happened. But a couple guys coming down the pit lane, they might have been involved in the accident a little bit. There's Cameron Gaju, Justin Knight. No, he was involved, in Aiden Shepard as well in the 36. We're going to be halfway when we get to the restart, but first let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the first caution of the day in the Daytona 125K of the NOFSRL Rockstar Pro Series Season number 6. This one came way earlier than we expected. Aiden Shepard to the inside of Max Neuwirth, and the 5 of Ryan Durrani. They were 4 wide through the corner. Max Neuwirth had an opportunity to clear Ryan Durrani, and he did not do so. So you might want to put the blame on Neuwirth for this one. Shepard moves up in the corner and then clips Luke Rainey, who has nowhere to go in that outside lane, and he catches some air and rides the wall. Abe Troxel had nowhere to go. He was right behind this one as Ryan Durrani went around. Max Neuwirth as well. And these guys slide down. Gaju with a little bit of damage. Justin Knight as well in the 23. Matt Tuck. I think Tuck's going to be able to continue in the 61. A lot of these guys will be able to continue. They slowed it down in time before they got involved. You see Abe Troxel smacking Max Neuwirth there in the corner. Didn't really work out too well for the number 60, but right here, Luke Rainey in the number 19. That is the 3rd flip we have seen so far in Speed Weeks. We had 2 last night, and this is the 3rd one in Meliolo's Speed Weeks here at Daytona. And we still have ourselves 5 more races to go after today. So, don't think it's going to be the last one, but tough break for Luke Rainey after starting on the outside pole. It's going to be the end of the day and 0 points for the number 19.
SEC here, 4 wide into the corner. Yeah, that just wasn't going to work. As soon as I saw that 19 get up onto the wall, I knew that he was either going to flip or somehow land back on his wheels, but tumbling down the pavement there, lands on his wheels, able to drive it away, so that obviously indicates that he is okay after this. You see the 01 there as well, driving away. Looks like everyone was able to drive away from the accident, but going to take a few guys out of this race, unfortunately.
Yeah, Luke Rainey and Max Neuwirth are definitely going to be out of this event. Ryan Durrani as well, and I think Abe Troxel. Those are probably going to be the only 4 drivers because Aiden Shepard looks to be good enough to continue. And so does Cameron Gaju in the 7. I know he pulled off the pit lane at the end of all this, so we're still going to have a decent amount of guys left in this event for the victory. It's Patrick Syke in his first career Napa Fan start, and you know how these guys in their first career start do? They tend to win a lot. Sebastian Cucalon won his first career start on Napa Fan, and he's a rookie in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. He won the Turkey Hill Series Championship last year. He's a pretty good driver. Jesse Turner won his first career start, won the first ever race. He's a pretty good driver. Got a lot of those guys who won in their first start who are still racing with us on Napa Fan. And Patrick Syke's looking to do that here today in the Daytona 125K. Let's get to the restart here at Daytona in the first race of Season 6 in the Rockstar Pro Series. We're back here at Daytona. We're going to restart on lap 18 of 32 in the Daytona 125K. And Tristan Allen has always been a guy who has had a lot of success in this race. This is the first time Tristan Allen is not in this event. So, he's not going to lead on lap 30, but we'll see who does in a few laps here. It's Patrick Syke leading the field in the number 20. Right behind him, we haven't mentioned this guy yet. It's Ashland Boyd in the 42. He's a pretty good driver. Was in the Turkey Hill Series last year. He's going to be driving full-time in the Rockstar Pro Series, and he's looking to get some points in the first race of the season in this 15-race season. So, A lot of races to get points, but you weren't going to get some early on. Steven Thompson is third. Gatlin Downey and Ryan Kendall. Ryan Kendall was in the Turkey Hill Series last year. The one and only top 10 of that 28 race season that he had was his win at Dover. And we are going to Dover this season in the Rockstar Pro Series. So I'm wrong about the shortest racetrack being 1.5 miles. It's actually a mile at the Dover International Speedway. Back to racing here at Daytona. Patrick Zeich holds on. To the inside goes Monaco. And the 11 of Daniel Voiles. Gatlin Downey trying to form an inside lane. But Zeich stays out front in the number 20.
Restart there for the 20. He's going to have help from the 42 here. What you see the 52 looking at the inside of the 12 now. He's going to have help from the 2, and now that's, I think, the 98 and the 16. Everyone trying to get to the bottom and form that line just to get going to the front. And now the 42 is going to go to the lead right here. The 2 and the 16 working together down on the inside. Going to have the 11, I think, depending on what line Voiles goes with. Looks like it might be, yeah, the inside. Going to have the 51 behind him as well.
Getting a little antsy in this about 15 car pack for the lead. And these guys want to be on that inside lane because it formed up exceptionally well during that first green flag run. Take a look and see who got knocked out. It's Abe Troxel, Ryan Durrani, Max North, and Luke Rainey. The only guys out of the race. Everybody else is still on the lead lap. To the point, Eric Monaco in the number 2, but Ashland Boyd's got to run on the outside here. Guys are really squirrely today. They don't seem to be too secure on the racetrack, and they're moving around quite a bit. But everybody from Zachary DeLello on up still has a shot at this thing, and I think even Johnny Gardner as well in the 21. He's hanging on to this pack pretty well, and maybe even Cameron Gadju, but everybody else is going to be out of the race, or at least out of contention for the victory. And pretty much if you're not in the top 10, you're out of the race because you get no points. Justin Knight and Aiden Shepard, they're going to fall back as we have 13 laps to go, and Daniel Voiles is taking the lead from Adam Lewis, who led lap 19.
That 36 car is really slow. Wow. I'd say that's about 15 to 20 miles per hour slower than the leaders are going right now, but now you see the 11. 4, no, it's going to be the 39 to the inside. That's Edwin Mendez. He's going to have help from the 1 of Eli Bright, who just barely avoided that last crash. He actually helped the 61 get through that, I think. Nice job of him to avoid that. The 11 just barely edges out the 39 at the line right there.
Daniel Voiles leading lap 20. We have 12 laps to go in the Daytona 125K. It's one of the longest races of the season. As a matter of fact, it might be the longest race of the season in the Rockstar Pro Series. And it's pretty much the Daytona 500 for these guys. So you'll want to get up front and you'll want to get this victory. Edwin Mendez is now out front. Here comes the 1 machine of Eli Bright with Alex Bonsignor and Matt Tuck on the inside lane.
It's a huge run that the 1 got right there. He's going to clear the... Is he going to clear the 39? No, he's not. Thought he was going to clear the 39 right there off the corner.
He's going to lead this lap. 11 to go for Eli Bright in the number 1. You mentioned Aiden Shepard. He is now entering turn number 3 as these guys are entering turn number 1. And there's a very good chance that if this thing stays green the entire way through, that we are going to catch up to that slow number 36 before the race is over. Here comes Alex Bonsignor to the inside of Eli Bright for the lead, and Bonsignor's got a run. He's got some help on that inside lane, but Bright, a push from Edwin Mendez trying to hang on to the lead, not going to be able to do it. Bonsignor to the point on lap 22.
Oh, they might go 4 wide right here, depending on... No, never mind. It's going to only be 3 wide. I thought they were going to go 4 wide there with the 11 and 98 and those guys there, but...
Thankfully they didn't.
Good run.
Adam Garcia, our pole sitter, he's on the inside lane right now in a good position with 10 laps to go. Zachary DeLello, Joey Hightower, even Cameron Gadju still in the lead draft. Everybody from Johnny Gardner on up to the leader has a shot at this victory here today. And to win the first points-paying race of the season on Epiphan is going to be a pretty big deal. We'll have to see who gets it done. Matt Tuck with some help from Gatlin Downey on the inside, but Alex Bonsignor is able to clear him for now. And Bonsignor might be the first driver in today's event to lead multiple green flag laps in a row. He's got the push and around goes DeLello and Daniel Voiles. And through the pit lane they go spinning. Voiles is around in the 11 and in the outside wall hard and upside down goes Voiles. However, since this was at the end of the field and there were no drivers coming towards that accident, The green flag stays out. It was Zachary DeLello, Adam Garcia, and Daniel Voiles all getting caught up in that accident. And now we have a smaller lead pack, which means it's going to be even harder to pass for the lead. But John Gilbert doesn't care about that. To the inside of Alex Bonsignor on lap 24.
I'm surprised they didn't throw the caution there. He went upside down. You think that'd be a safety concern there, but you never know. The officials decided that they're going to keep it green for now.
Voiles was
Maybe
able to
if
drive
these guys
away.
wreck again.
Here comes
that
Eli
could also
Bright
be
to the
it.
inside of John Gilbert. Matt Tuck still in that second position on the inside lane. Gatlin Downey's here as well. So is the 42 of Ashlyn Boy. What a wild accident that was. Thankfully, we caught it while it happened, but we didn't end up with a caution. And these guys are going to be closing in on Aiden Shepard. And you got Daniel Voiles on the apron there. He will not be a factor for the lead pack, but he's going to go a lap down right there after he went flipping upside down. Okay, Eli Bright and John Gilbert. Who's going to get held up? It's going to be John Gilbert and a two-car breakaway between Eli Bright and Matt Tuck. Gilbert will get by. Bonsignor is going to get by on the outside lane. Now the middle line is held up by the slow number 36. And now it becomes the chess match that Daytona usually ends up being. Eli Bright, Matt Tuck, John Gilbert, Alex Bonsignor, Edwin Mendez, and Adam Lewis all clearing the 36. The 52 of Gatlin Downey as well, but it's a lot more spread out now than it was earlier on, so it might only be down to a few guys who might have a shot at this victory. We're going to have to see. Closing in on 6 laps to go in the Daytona 125K. Eli Bright's going to lead lap 26 ahead of Matt Tuck.
Just going to have to be like 2011 restrictor plate racing or super speedway racing. They're going to have to stay lined up if they want to try and pull away from those 4 or 5 cars behind them. Don't actually know. But yeah, it's going to be, I'm calling it, it's going to be either the 1 or the 61 that's going to get it. I don't know if those guys behind them are going to catch just because of how far behind they are. But you never know.
I gotta hand it to Matt Tuck. He is not trying to pass Eli Bright, and that is a smart thing to do right now because them staying in this single file line, and Matt Tuck's not going to listen to me anymore, but staying in that single file line is going to keep everybody behind you at least a little bit longer, and with only now 4 laps to go, should I say 5 laps to go in this race, that's what you want to do. And Matt Tuck trying to take the lead away from Eli Bright. Alex Bonsignor, Edwin Mendez, Adam Lewis, and John Gilbert are all going to have a shot at this one. It looks like we're going to have a 6-car pack for the lead here shortly. Edwin Mendez in the 39 closing right to the back bumper of Matt Tuck. And he's going to go 3 wide for the lead. He's got John Gilbert helping him there on that inside lane. Gilbert with a very good head of steam as he was drafting off of Alex Bonsignor. He just might push the 39 to the lead. He might go 4 wide for the lead. Looking to the inside of Mendez. And thankfully he thought better of it. The number 39 of Edwin Mendez out front in the number 39. And Mendez will lead lap number 28 with 4 laps to go in the Daytona 125K. Will these guys close in? We got Gatlin Downey, Patrick Zeich, Eric Monaco, Ashlyn Boyd, and Steven Thompson. I think they're all going to close in on the lead draft, and they're all going to have a shot at this victory before this thing is said and done. Mendez still out front in the 39. He's got the help on the outside. John Gilbert with help from Alex Bonsignor. Bonsignor is going to try to make it 3 wide. He thinks better of it. And they remain double wide for the lead here at Daytona. Mendez single file out front in the 39 coming to 3 laps to go.
So I take back what I said about it coming down to the 1 and the 61. It's going to be anyone basically in this top 10 now. Maybe even top 11 if the 12 can... Are they going to go 3 wide? No, they're not. Yeah, this top 11, maybe 12 is what it's going to come down to. But the 39 and the 4 are doing a great job of working together. Trying to set... Never mind. They were trying to separate them
John
from
Gilbert.
the pack. But
John Gilbert to the lead in the number 4. Alex Bonsignor looking to draft Edwin Mendez. He's holding the rest of the pack up right here. He wants to have a shot at this victory. He's won here at Daytona 2 prior times. He wants to do it again. But I don't know if he's going to do it on the outside lane like that. John Gilbert doesn't have as much help, and I think Bonsignor is trying to push Mendez to the point. We're coming to 2 laps to go in the Daytona 125K, and I think we're going to run into Justin Knight before this thing is over. Mendez, Gilbert, side by side with 2 to go here at Daytona.
at 23 might decide who wins this race and who doesn't. It also might decide who gets points in this race and who doesn't, because remember, only the top 10 get championship points in this race, actually for all the races this season, since that's how we're going for the point system. But we're going to catch the 23 either.
We're going to catch him right here. Mendez is going to go high.
Right here,
the inside lane's going to get held up. And even Bonsignore's going to get held up in the 51. He's not going anywhere. And Mendez just pulls away from the rest of the field. White flag for Edwin Mendez in the Daytona 125K. Gatlin Downey, Ashland Boyd, and Joey Hightower clear Justin Knight. They're going to try to close into this 39, and they might be able to do it before this race is over. They got 3 cars, and Mendez is all by himself. Here comes Ashland Boyd in the 42, Joey Hightower in the 9. They're not helping each other. Mendez might be able to stay out front here. Oh, I don't think so. There goes Ashland Boyd to the point in the number 42, and he's got a full head of steam to the inside lane as he takes the lead on the final lap. Out of nowhere, Ashland Boyd and now Joey Hightower to the inside.
Oh, wow,
Will Hightower have a shot? Side by side at the line. Who's it gonna be? Joey Hightower steals it at Daytona as he edges out Ashland Boyd at the line with a last 1,000-foot pass in the Daytona 125K.
Wow,
Oh my goodness.
Finish. He timed that perfectly. He pulled out at the last second that he had, basically, to make a move, and he was able to just get him by 1/100th of a second. That's you could ask for besides, like, going into the thousands. But, wow, that was a great finish.
Oh boy, it wasn't as close as Nicholas Samedio's Daytona 500 win a few years ago, but that was close. And he made the pass after turn number 4. And because the pack was so split up, he was able to get such a run on Ashland Boyd, and that's a heartbreaker for Ashland Boyd. He had the pass on Edwin Mendez, thought he was going to get the win, and Hightower moves right to the inside and steals it away on the final lap. We had 2 changes for the lead on the final lap of this race, and right at the end of the race, Joey Hightower edges out Ashland Boyd for the first win of the season here in the Rockstar Pro Series. My oh my. How about that one? Only 14 1,000ths of a second at the line. That is one of the closest finishes we will have all year here on Napa Fan. And Joey Hightower gets it done in the Daytona 125K. He will receive 25 championship points. Ashland Boyd, John Gilbert, Eric Monaco, Edwin Mendez, Patrick Zeich, Gatlin Downey, Eli Bright, Stephen Thompson, and Alex Bonsignore all getting championship points here today at Daytona. Everybody else getting a big goose egg. From 11th to 24th, it really doesn't matter because they all get 0 points. So, what a way to begin the Rockstar Pro Series here today at Daytona. Joey Hightower with the move of his career, at least up to this point, to take home the victory in the Daytona 125K.
Jeez, I don't even know what to say. That was just a great finish. I will say this, Joey Hightower did do better than Brandon Hightower. I don't think they're related, though. But, no matter. Wow. Just incredible. I can't believe it. I'm not trying to sound like Kyle Petty. Not saying that's incredible, but
it's
still,
incredible.
look at that. Chevrolet, all top 5. It is incredible, but nice job for Chevrolet. All top 5 there. And I think that's, 8 of the Chevrolet, so definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chevrolet is well represented in this series to begin with. They have a lot of Chevrolets, so it's no surprise that they dominated the top 10. But how about Joey Hightower? And that doesn't happen too often at Daytona. It happens a lot at Talladega because the start-finish line is past the tri-oval, but here the start-finish line is right in the middle of the tri-oval, so it's a lot harder to make that pass. But because they were so spread out, Joey Hightower was able to get the run. He had the help behind him, and that's what got him the win. And Ashland Boyd had no help in that outside lane. They all went with Hightower, and Joey Hightower gets the first points-paying win of 2019 here on Napa Fan. What a way to start off the weekend. Had that wild Meliello Smooth Fest. I'm not going to spoil it because we got Carter Friesen in here, and I don't want him to find out what happens. I want you to watch it. But we had that. We had a great qualifying session earlier today for the Daytona 500, and a great way to end the weekend for the first weekend of Mellow Yellow Speed Weeks here on Napa Fan. And next week, we're loaded. On Wednesday night, it is Napa IROC 4, their first race of the year, of a 4-race schedule beginning at Daytona. 13 championship drivers from last year. Of course, they didn't all win a championship, but 13 of the best drivers from last year battling it out on a 4-race circuit this season. On Thursday, it's the Meliolo Duel in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, where we'll set the starting lineup for the Daytona 500. On Friday, we open the road course up for the Haas IndyCar Series, and then next Saturday afternoon, it is the Great American Race in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. We're most likely going to have Griff Dog and Alex Bongster alongside us for that event, so you're definitely going to want to watch that one, because it's the Daytona 500, and I was blessed to be part of that summer showdown that Griff Dog did. We're going to return the favor and allow Griff Dog to be part of the biggest race on Napa Fan next Saturday afternoon, at noon. It's not really afternoon because it's at noon, right here on Napa Fan. And I'm just looking forward to the next week. It's Speed Weeks, guys. We got racing. ARC race is coming up in 2 hours right here in real life on Fox Sports 1, so check that out as well. This is pretty good right now, isn't it? Joey Hightower gets the win at Daytona in the Daytona 125K. The next race in the Rockstar Pro Series is 2 weeks from now at Atlanta. It's going to be the last Friday of February where that race will be taking place for a 33-lap shootout at the high banks of the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Thank you guys very much for watching. Here are the point standings for the Rockstar Pro Series after the first race of the season. On behalf of Carter Friesen, I will see you guys later.
Yay!